goodness. God, dog, fellas, we are here. We are back. Monday, March 4th. Man, we have made it through another month of 2024, and it is kind of going by quickly. I am your host, Mr. Kevlar. Treat them swell, and yes, I always treat them well. You are here on the Fifth Quarter Sports Podcast. Joined alongside me, we have the Kickstack King, Coach Abe, and Mr. Diamond Dirty D. Fellas, what it is, what it ain't, what I miss.
Oh man, thank y'all everybody for tuning in again. Good to see y'all boys another week. Got a chance to do a little training this weekend. Working with some linemen. Other than that, man, watch the NBA, watch the combine, and spend some time with the family.
Man, what up, Ant? Dirty D.
Pretty much did a lot of watching combine. That's Coach A. Yes, seeing looked at a little NBA basketball also. I had to deal with some work related issues on the weekend. That's about it. Running fooling around with that. But a lot of I was able to sit in the office and check out some stuff, and I'm really concerned with this Falcon quarterback talk that's been going on for the last 3 days, but what we will get into.
Yeah, man. We've got a lot of stuff going on.
How about yourself?
Another week, dog. Another week. I did me a little drinking Saturday night. Not too much. I stayed away from the liquor. It was just beer. Just beer. I went and ran that pool table. I went 12-0, which, I ain't take down no money this time. Abe, you don't know what I do on that pool table. You can ask Mister. I done made him cry a couple times.
Say cheap.
I done made him cry when he got in the car a couple of times. Man, I've been shooting pool since I could reach the damn table. So that was always just that's where I met my wife, actually. I've been a regular at this bar for about 10 years. I used to just go up there all the time and gamble. I call it gambling, but I don't lose. I have a rule. If I lose 2 games in a row, I'm going home. It don't happen. If you can beat me, Abe, if you can beat me 2 times in a row, I don't need to be here right now.
Man.
That's always been the rule. Because there's one person in that bar who I have maybe only beat twice. And he's about 80 years old. And he plays what they call fat boy pool.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Plays fat boy pool. Man, this dude will stand in one spot and bring that cue ball back to that one spot every single time and run the whole damn table. He don't move. He's doing a little lineman shuffle. He goes over here, takes 2 steps this way, and he's ready to go. It's insane. I don't know. Ball control.
Dirty pool.
Ball control.
You're real.
Yeah, man. But he won't play for no money. Like I say, he's an old man. He gets to the bar about 5 o'clock. He's out of the bar by 7 o'clock. But he don't want to play for no money. Which, I'm glad, because he'll probably take my damn money.
Yes, he would.
Daily fix.
All right, fellas. Well, let's kick this thing off. Come on. I clicked it. There we go. With the conclusion of the NFL Combine, man, who'd y'all see that impressed you? Oh, boy. Where was he out of? Is it Texas? Where he ran the 4.2. Ran that 4.240. Let me tell you, that was impressive. That boy is tiny.
Yeah. Texas had a talented receiving core team this year. And, honestly, it seems like the combine, the 40-yard dash is what a lot of people like to see. Personally, I look at, and Coach A can tell you maybe better than me, that I like some of the drills that they put them through also. I see some new stuff a little bit, but I like the running back drills because that's the trade that I did when I was playing. So that's interesting, and I like to see the quarterbacks throw because it's a lot of throws when the quarterbacks go through their drills That post corner route, if you can drop that thing in the hat, you're gonna get paid. Um, you're not late on your throw. So it's a lot that went on in my if I was previously speaking behind closed doors, the Caleb Williams things is really disturbing me about this. You're there, you taking interviews, you talking to people, but you don't participate in no drills at all. I'm not understanding what the kid vision is. When you have all the other top quarterbacks performing or some type of level.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the running back class, we seen the other young man, the Marshawn guy out of USC, made him some money this weekend. The guy out of Michigan made him some money this weekend. I mean, I think we'll see a running back probably crack in the first round. I mean, size, age, Hall of Fame running back he got last year. So we'll see. But a lot of kids make some money. That Nate Wiggins guy who I was just speaking of, blazing speed coming out of Clemson, blazing. He's from what I've seen projection. Now he's in the top. He's in the first round. Now just off of just running a 40. And if it was me, able to get to it, I'll run a 40-yard dash and that'd be the end of it. Y'all can turn the tape off everything else. But you got it.
First off, I don't want to get too high on the workout warrior stuff because at the end of the day, they don't have on pads, they don't have no especially the guys who are throwing. And Penix looked good. He was throwing it. I saw that. And McCarthy as well. But it's so hard to tell, man. And my main reason for saying this is because of this, man. Who is the last person that was really relevant that ran the highest 40? And I'm gonna tell you, it was Chris Johnson. Now look how long ago that was. You feel
True
what I'm saying?
statement. True statement.
So it's great to be fast. I love what Adonai Mitchell did. If I'm the Falcons, I would draft him. I don't know if he's gonna go late, maybe third, maybe second. I don't really know, but I do like Adonai Mitchell coming out of Texas from Georgia originally. But uh the 40 times, man, you get so caught up in it, and it's great to see them kids with the speed that they have, but uh in certain times it don't transfer all the way to the field for some type of reason. And it's not with all of them. But Chris, like I said, Chris Johnson was the last relevant person who ran record 40, who went to the league and was successful, a big name. So Dallas Turner did look good. Like if I'm the Falcons, I'm drafting him first round. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
4.24. Yeah.
yes, sir. 6'2" and change, almost 6'3", 250. I like him. If I'm the Falcons, that's my first round pick. I don't know if he's gonna make it all the way to 8, but I think he will. But Penix, like I said, he definitely looked good throwing it. McCarthy looked good throwing it. Congrats to that kid, man, on their fastest 40 time ever right now. But like I said, I do want to see does it transfer because John Ross was a receiver who ran up who ran up 4.24 or something like that. And where is he at? That's been a couple of years back. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead, D.
Fun fact about that guy: there's someone that stays in his house that is a John Ross fan. I'm telling you, he tried to sell me on this guy. And I was like, that dude hasn't done a thing but run a 40 time. No disrespect to him, but it ain't translated over into the NFL like you just said. But go ahead, sir. Go.
And I also will say that this draft is very deep with receivers. Jerry Rice's son, the two guys out of Texas. Georgia got a couple receivers in there. Um, Lad McConkey ran a 4.3. You feel what I'm saying? He gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
great slot receiver or maybe now him, I think because he was such a crisp route runner in college, I do think his will transfer over because he not just fast. He has a special team. He gonna be like Wes Welker uh type maybe even better than that, But I definitely the position that's gonna be undervalued from here and then on is running back though. You had a couple who ran good times. I like Corum out of Michigan. Dylan Johnson, he didn't run a high time. The running back from Washington, who was a low, he probably was almost 250. But when Washington had it going, he was their top back, and I want to see how he transfers over to the league as well. But it's deep with D linemen, deep with receivers. Some teams gonna get some gems in like the third or fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round. As it always is, and it may this time be more than others because, and I didn't realize it until I really watched the combine and saw the people who were coming out. I try not to let it overtake because it's not no football to watch, and I'm just watching NFL Network every day. I don't want to do that. So when I did just really sit down and watch it like I did with the combine, I saw how deep this draft is in a lot of good positions. The ACC Defensive Player of the Year, the linebacker, he coming out of NC State. Now, when was the last time you heard ACC Defensive Player of the Year coming out of NC State? And he ran a great 40 time. So,
yes, he did.
Yes, he did. So, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the speed and the workout warrior activities transfer to the field. You feel what I'm saying? Especially Phoenix. Now, I love what I saw out of Phoenix. It's really got me want to draft him now. But the last game we saw him play, Michigan was on his ass. So it's different when you got the pass on and everything live. But I do like what I saw out of him. I do like what I saw also out of Joe Milton out of Tennessee. He probably threw 65 yards in the air. But will that transfer over to you being a good NFL quarterback? He got he got some feet. So I want to see how he transfers over to the NFL. So it's deep in a lot of positions, and I'm ready to watch the draft to see how everything unfolds.
I have a 4-second 40 time. I run a forever.
Yeah, that's more like it.
I got a question for you, Abe. So with this now, because they ranking the positions or whatever. Why has it changed now to instead of defensive end or outside linebacker, we're getting edge?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing this edge thing. I know it's defensive end to me, but why is it now a statement of edge? Now we have with the lineman, it's interior lineman now instead of guard, center, tackle. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna say tackle, they still got the tackle, but they say interior line now. Back to your lad McConkey, they compared him to two players. One said of Brandon Stokely, that used to play for the Colts, and they had your boy, his measurables, not Garrett Wilson up there with the Jets. They said the same 40 times, same height and stature. And I was like, whoa. There's a two comparisons depending on what system he gets in. Yes. But get back to the edge. I want you to discuss that because how they got this guy from Alabama, Pennsylvania has the Falcon to pick him. I'm looking at him and I'm talking about he looks like a monster without them pads on. We seen him play, so we know. But for a lot of people, it's like, okay, who is this kid? And the Falcons again are in a position, in my opinion, to make this team even better at the position they picking if they get this quarterback situation fixed before the draft.
Yes, just speaking on the edge, I mean that's It's basically what it's turned into now, and you got great players like Watt and Parsons and um, even Khalil Mack back when he was Khalil Mack. Um,
Mhm.
Von Miller when he's healthy and active. Um,
Marcus Lawrence.
Marcus
Really.
Lawrence.
Mhm.
I ain't ready. I gave you Parsons now. Just
Hey,
relax.
you gonna give me
You gotta relax.
D Law. You
No,
gonna give
you
me D
gotta
Law.
relax.
D Law's the second guy on that team.
So it's great players like that, man, that has specialized in just rushing the passer, and that's just what the league is turned into. Like, if you got you a pass rusher and a quarterback, that's what Houston did last year. You set yourself up for successful season, and going just not just one season, multiple. So their edge position just has been recreated. Of course, players like LT started it, but it's just transformed in the even just naming a few. James Harrison, he specialized in it too. He was a good pass rusher. So just people like that, and you one thing about it as that position, Pittsburgh gonna always have one. You see what I'm saying? Just they it's just
Mhm.
that's just the Pittsburgh way of playing football.
Now
So
I wanna ask a question real quick. Tony, elaborate a little bit on what you didn't like there. I'm just a little curious, but I'm critical, so don't mind me. Well, go ahead and explain your reasoning. Go ahead, Abe.
yeah, so I did see that Russell Wilson was released today. Denver has to pay 39 million, and whatever he makes from another team is going to offset that. I think I'm thinking teams going to be reluctant to pay a lot and give him the minimum if they can, and let Denver pay all that money. Because I'm almost sure he's gonna sign with somebody, and he probably gonna sign for the minimum just to stick it to Denver. Like,
Because
you
y'all
know,
still gotta pay me.
exactly.
Hmm.
So that's an option for Atlanta. Do I like it? And I'm 60-40. I like it, but I would rather get somebody in the draft just for longevity. And then you could get him and still draft somebody late. Jordan Travis, they said he won't be, and I'm still high on Jordan Travis, but they said he won't be ready until May or June, I think, to be fully back able to work out. So you can get Russ, draft somebody a little later on. It's this draft so deep with different positions, man. And I saw Keon Coleman, who's 6'4", who's a great receiver out of Florida State. He slacked on his 40 time, but them other drills he did great on. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Hmm.
yeah,
It
yeah,
just
they did.
he's a great talent, and I'm sure he's gonna be active out there once the season starts.
Back to your Russell Wilson thing. I think it'll be must see TV if Russ came here from the signing on forward. As I just recently heard, teams can get him $1 million, just 1 million. He's still gonna get all his money
Mhm.
from Denver. They say one of the other suitors would be the Raiders, making a phone call, and more than likely he would love to sign with the Raiders so he can play Denver twice. To also piggyback on what you were saying about the Falcons, I think it must be a great professional for you to bring in a young quarterback. I know you've been on this Jordan Travis thing, but Russell will be as right now, a band-aid for 2 years, I would say, for an organization if they bringing in a rookie quarterback to get him prepared to play, which I'm not mad at. Would arguably if he came in, he will be in the NFC South. Russell will automatically jump to the top of the bunch as the number one quarterback in the
Hmm.
division. in my opinion. It's just what it is because he has the cachet to come with it. And he might have a better offensive weaponry around him, for that to work. But still, I really want the franchise because we're here to go on and let's find out what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? If so everybody, so now you can focus on getting your team together or whatever. Because from what I see and hear, a second and a fourth is gonna get you the ball of Chicago. Hey, or you can go to Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins is gonna demand XYZ. If you the $1 million to get a Russell Wilson, what you go with, and still be able to keep your picks and go after one of these rookie quarterbacks in the draft. And you and that Jordan Travis thing, Jordan Travis, Russell Wilson, damn near like the same player. And
So
if you look at stature, not stature. Go ahead, kid.
D, it almost sounds like you're saying maybe that the Falcons should go ahead and sign with Russ for a year and then wait until next year to bring in draft a quarterback.
What I'm saying is, if you go there, me personally, outside the off-field stuff, I thought the Falcons should have went and got Russell Wilson when he was available. Now, not to give up all that cachet that Gilbert did, but to go sign 2 years ago Marcus Mariota. Just think now, the fact he was a better talent if he was available. Smart move not to give up. But if I could pay $1 million for arguably a quarterback that is battle tested, he's going to be good in the community as the Falcons like players like that. He has ties to Atlanta because of his wife. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can exclude all that foolishness, bring him in, have a younger quarterback, i.e. Green Bay, i.e. Kansas City, and let him teach them how to be a professional. Now you got something going on if you go that route. I don't think they need to throw any of these rookie quarterbacks in the fight. Look what happened to your boy up there in Indianapolis. Throw him in, he didn't make it 6 games. Look at what happened in Carolina. They got Bryce Young running for his life. C.J. Stroud is the only one that really prevailed this season as a rookie quarterback. Do you take a
But do we put that all on him, or do we put that on the team that D'Amico Ryan's built around him?
Well,
because Houston was a 10 and a 2-win team last year.
Well, I mean, exactly. I mean, everything goes hand to hand what you put in place with it. That's why I'm saying they put a lot on Richardson's shoulders as soon as he took the helm up there with the Colts. He was damn near running every damn play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing, Bryce Young. They gonna be in the hole because they franchise up there putting themselves behind the 8 ball. So you won't see him probably flourish 3rd, maybe 4th year if he can survive. You see what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. I'm just saying that's me thinking, hey, this might work.
Abe, I'm gonna give you my opinion here.
Breaking news: the Eagles just struck a deal and got Buffalo. Oh, they just traded. I don't know what they got another first round. Oh, I'm back.
You just cut out through that entire thing.
I'm telling
you. While we wait on D to get his shit together, Abe, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
I'm glad it ain't me this time. Thank you.
You on your own Wi-Fi tonight, I see.
For sure.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how I see this going down with Atlanta. Because, like I tell you, there's what Atlanta.
I knew you was about to say this. I knew you was about to. I knew you was not going to do this segment without saying your famous quote.
They're gonna go sign Russell Wilson. They're gonna do it. They're gonna bring in Russ, and then after that, they're gonna draft the rat. They're gonna draft the rat dog.
Who?
They'll take him late. They'll take him late. It'll be like 5th round, but they're gonna think, hey, we got Russell Wilson. Now we just need a young quarterback to learn behind him. And they're gonna get the rat in the late round.
The rat.
And for those who don't know who I'm talking about Spencer Rattler. the
That
South
nickname is
Carolina
hard.
quarterback.
That nickname hard. I mean, I'm not even mad at that, bro. I'm just saying, as far as whatever we put out there, it just has to be better. And I think
Hey,
is better than Ritter. Now, what I will say is, if you asking me personally, what I want to do, I want to trade up and get Jay Daniels. That's my first option. My second option is the Fields. My third option is Russell Wilson, and my fourth option is drafting whoever and going with them forward. You feel what I'm saying? But uh, I would definitely like the Jaden Daniels just first and foremost. But however, I don't want to give up the draft capital. I don't want a Julio for him. You feel what I'm saying? Even though I feel like there might be a still competitive a win just like Julio was, but it's a lot to invest in a QB that plays his running style, that plays the style of play that he has. You definitely want to keep him healthy, but I don't want to trade up to get him. I don't want to trade the farm. I would rather trade for Fields, where you just trading a little bit less draft capital. You're not giving up a one this year, next year. It's gonna be a lot that comes with trying to trade up, probably to that 2 spot, because I do believe that Chicago gonna take Caleb. It's definitely in the Falcons' best interest economically to Russ and just draft somebody late and try to build up around it. You don't gotta pay Russ no hell of a lot. I think if you trade up to get Jane Daniels, you'll be paying him more than you had to pay Russell Wilson. You see what I'm saying? It's definitely it's what you want them to do, and it's the smart thing that they should do too. So that's where I'm at with it, man. I just feel like whoever you put out there, he just got to be better than Ritter, and I feel like another thing that Ritter may not have been as bad with a little bit better quarterback development, i.e. QB coach, i.e. OC. So I don't want to just poop on him completely. A little bit I do though. Well, a lot I do, but he could have been better. And some of that too was a testament to the teaching or lack thereof that he was getting. So
I need some more linemen too.
Yeah. Whatever they choose to do, man, I feel like I'm gonna just trust the process on whatever. The only way I think I would be mad is if we don't get Russ and go with somebody like McCarthy at 8. I'm not gonna like that. I don't think. But who's to say he don't turn into Josh Allen, because that's what they kind of compare.
They mirror, yeah.
And as long as you have somebody to develop him, he might be great. And a lot of times with these rookie quarterbacks, it is the system that you've been put into coming in the league. Like, honestly, we know the style that Anthony Richardson play, but he don't need to play like that because you see what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like whatever they're going to do, man, I feel like it's going to be better than what we had going. So I'm going to just trust the process.
And I'll say this, I think whatever team picks up Xavier Legette boosts their chances exponentially. I mean, he ran a 4.3. Kid's an animal. The only problem I have with Legette is he wants to be a fashion icon when he's on the damn field.
Yeah.
His biggest problem last season at Carolina was he kept getting his knees blown out because he wants to wear his damn pads. He's not wearing his knee pads, and he's damn near wearing biker shorts out there playing the game, and they going straight for his damn leg. Kid's fast. He can catch the ball. He can get open, but how long can you think a 140-pound college safety hurts when he hits you right there. Just imagine a 180-pound NFL safety.
It's facts.
This big and fast.
It's facts. Yeah.
Now, that'll bring me back around to how I opened this, talking about the boy out of Texas. I think it'll really show to the strengths of some of these NFL programs. I mean, hell, when Lamar Jackson came out of college, he was tall, but he was still, kind of a skinny guy. And then he put on, 30 pounds of damn muscle in an off season. So it'll speak to the training and the strength and conditioning coaches of some of these NFL teams to see, because I think as a whole, some of these cats were tiny, fat.
Well, they did look a little leaner in some of the positions at the wide receiver spot. Because every year we keep seeing these different uniforms that they out there performing in and doing their drills in and so forth and so on. Like I said, a lot of folks made them some money this weekend. Some guys that we didn't think whatever, just like the Keon guy, wide receiver out of Florida State. He ran a 4.7640. But then running the drills, he's running 21 miles per hour coming across the doggone field. And catching everything, and you know what I'm saying, so forth. Again, you putting him in a system where you don't need him to go over top. You need him to do all your dirty work, as you would say. Oh, to ask you about the Falcons, what do you think about Calvin Ridley coming back in the fold?
I would like that. Fresh new regime. None of the Arthur Smith people. Raheem is definitely probably a better people person and can be a little bit more relatable to him, and we need a number 2 receiver, and he might be, if we sign him, he will probably be the number 1 receiver. But I wouldn't mind it. I would like to see how much he talked about, but like I said, you can also get them through the draft. We don't talk about 5 receivers who, so you can pay Ridley what Ridley gonna want, 15 to 20 million, at a number 1 receiver. So I would take my chances drafting, and I did see that Tampa re-signed Mike Evans 2 years, 52, 35 guaranteed. So that was a good. I guess they had to do that to also sure up Baker, because they probably gonna have to re-sign Baker.
You're a sick man. You're a very sick man. Very sick man.
Oh man, what up, Ski? Man, fellas, we kind of moving through this today. We don't. Y'all got anything else on the NFL, or we gonna move right over to the NBA?
Not right now. I mean, you got the franchise tag popping up. You'll see there in a couple of days. You've seen some people get cut, some cap casualties. A lot of, the Eagles had to move on. Jason Kelsey retired today.
We're about to get rid of Tyron Smith.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you're going to see a lot of movers and shakers.
No, we're just not going to re-sign him. I mean, look, we've had him for 10, 13, 10, anywhere from 10 to 13 seasons now. And he's been hurt the last 8. The boy just can't stay healthy. He's one of the best in the business. He just can't stay healthy.
So you do that, you're going to have the first round, little time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going first round?
We'll probably go get a.
Are you going first round center, D?
No, he's not left tackle.
No, we got somebody already we drafted one a couple years ago, Cam Jurgens. He's already ready to take over the place. He's just gonna have to move him from guard over to center and replace that. Eagles, we got to find some linebackers, and the linebacker they cut Byers, TJ, them folks. They cut him loose and save money. And the thing is, the cap went up another $30 million. Now teams are adjusting with some of these players are cap casualties. Somebody that's 28, 30-ish, making 14, $15 million, you cutting him loose because you finna gain his money back, and now you $45 million over the cap. You could probably re-sign them at a lower number. Hell, I want them to go and figure out this running back situation on my team because Swift is a free agent. Look at the free agent market we got. Saquon, we got Josh Jacobs, you got King Henry, and you got Swift, and there's some others. So this whole NFL offseason to me is going to be a wild one because you can see people moving around, and some people got just pieces they can plug in right now. Even your guy, your lineman Smith, he doesn't have to be the anchor of the offensive line. Somebody can plug him in, do what needs to be done. Even if you get 10, 11, 12 games out of him, that's money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Tony Pollard is a free agent.
Yep. And I was going to ask you, especially because, all the chat right now is who are these Cowboys going to get as a running back? I think Derrick Henry could be good, but I'd rather us go for Swift. I think we can get more life out of Swift. Henry's a dog, but as we keep seeing, about 6-7 years of these running backs getting hit going into that hole, man, it takes a toll. But then again, I mean, Zeke had a great, as bad as the Patriots worked, Zeke didn't have too bad of a year out there.
And you got Austin Eckler that's the Chargers just told him go on and find what you're going to find and do what you're going to do. So, I mean, Josh Jacobs looks like a better fit for y'all, in my opinion. Josh Jacobs would be a better fit for the Cowboys, in my opinion. Henry, it's a lot of, I think his tread still on the tires, but you still going to need somebody to take the load off of him also. You're just not going to be able to plug and play because y'all could have had him if you wanted him. And y'all, and to be honest,
we could have had him for the playoffs.
To be honest with you, Kel, y'all not gonna spend that much money on the offensive side of the ball. Believe me, y'all gotta get some.
I agree, and the one good thing I can say about Jerry Jones, because I've been very verbal when I say I truly don't believe we'll win a Super Bowl until he dies. The one thing I can say about him is the man knows how to draft. Maybe in the last couple of years, there's only been one draft pick that didn't really turn out well. Two, Taco Charlton and Mozzie Smith. And Mozzie, this is his first year in the NFL. He can get better. But he didn't, that was the only one I saw that really didn't do anything for us.
Well, there you go. Sure enough.
But, this offseason is about to be crazy. Now, D, what were you saying a second ago when you cut out? The Eagles traded for who?
The Eagles have made a trade with the Bills to get another first-round pick. I don't know what Howard Roseman be doing, but here we go again. Last 3 years, it's going to be a third year. We're going to have 2 first-round picks. Now, I don't know what's going on, but it just came across my line here, and I'm like, okay, what y'all doing? That's the only thing I can say. The team does address. That's what keeps the fan base engaged a lot. You are doing things and trying to show, okay, we are trying to make moves to better the team and whatever you're doing. You just got to figure out players, coaching staff, or whatever. Sirianni's on a hot seat, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You can't have these teams with all this talent. Your coaches in the final year of his contract. So you'll see a lot of moving and things of this nature.
I think I had this conversation with a guy at the gym who's a Cowboys fan, and I told him because he's all about get rid of Dak, draft a quarterback, start doing all this and that, and basically tear the whole team apart. McCarthy and Dak, as of right now, they haven't extended Dak's contract. I believe you extend it for another year because you can't franchise tag him. I don't know if you can do just a year.
Well, you have to. He got a no trade, no tag. However his However, I'm telling you, Alan, they get all on though. But whatever his contract is mapped out, it's for a long-term deal. Nothing else. He's not gonna get nothing. He either get that deal or he gone. So,
and I think he needs. I think with McCarthy being in his last year, don't rip the team apart yet. Wait, just wait till if we have another season, like we always have. Okay, then you can start talking about, well, maybe we're getting a new head coach. We can start them fresh with a new quarterback. Bring that head coach in after the end of the season, before the draft, because that coach might have a quarterback. We talk about Harbaugh being a QB whisperer. You go find somebody who's good for a QB. And I'm not saying that Mike McCarthy isn't. Mike McCarthy's done a lot to help Dak, but it might be time. I think Dak is one of the best in-season quarterbacks. In season, we're talking about. Those 17 games, Dak will be the guy. Hey, you go 13-4, 12-5. That ain't a bad season. But we're turning into Romo 2.0.
I think he's a little better than Romo. He's
a little better than Romo, but what has he done? He's got the same playoff record.
So let me ask you this. Is next year the last year of Dak and CD's deal? What's CD on? CD is this
CD's getting signed this year.
And Michael Parsons.
Yeah, CD and Micah are getting signed this year. So they'll probably go on a 4 or 5 year deal. So that's where it gets tricky.
Exactly. So what are you? You're probably gonna have to. You're probably gonna need to re-sign that.
I know. At a lower number.
I don't think you're gonna be able to do that though. He's not gonna go. All the stuff that was said this past since the season been over with Jerry, just saying, slick look, subliminal stuff like Dak has done nothing to show me. The statement where, and then you got teammate parents and kinfolk family saying stuff, but what if Dak don't want to come back? He might want to change the scenery, but I do feel like he won't go there. He will want to be a Cowboy.
I think he wants to be a Cowboy.
Yeah, I feel like he want to be there now. Like I said, Jerry did say some stuff.
Yeah.
CD, whoever parent, it just comes with playing for that star.
Yeah. So, that's all it is.
Yeah.
When you America's team, baby, everybody's gonna hate.
I didn't say America's team. I just said that's
it's a fact. We already proved this to Skip.
Next.
Do what you want. It's a fact. All right. LeBron James has scored 40,000 points in his career. Dirty D. Now I know you are a LeBron admirer. You were a fan of the man because you just went and saw him play.
Did you just do that for real? You said I'm wild.
Yeah. He called you a bronze sexual, bro.
I didn't say all that.
Who was that?
Hey, I understand, but I know you enjoy watching LeBron play.
For sure.
But actually, there was a quote from Jordan the other day, and he said something. Somebody asked about the comparison, and he said, "I got rings." He said he still needs 3 more.
Listen, we ain't gonna start that. 40,000 point, great accomplishment. But it's becoming, to me, I am a LeBron James fan. I didn't like him going to the Lakers. That's neither here nor there. But at the same time, it's becoming to the point of now it's just, I got to break records. I got to get these records now because ain't no ring coming.
Oh, no.
So ain't no ring coming.
Hell
Ain't
no.
none of that happening. So it's now just I'm just gonna accumulate all these records. Now he been playing over 25 years, so some of this stuff he's supposed to break just by the time. But all in all, great feat for LeBron James. I wish these guys would go out. It's kind of hard in the NBA. Ain't too many of them go out on top. What I mean by that is breaking
Mm-hmm.
these records and winning a ring and retiring. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking
Mhm.
about the elite ones. Ain't none of them done it. If my history serves, I've not seen too many retire. I think David Robinson might have retired when he got a ring.
Yes,
I,
he
I
did.
do. I think he did. Not in that strike year, one of them strike years, but not too many of them do it.
I think it was
But
the
now,
second one.
hmm, we
I
say
think I think it was after the second one when he
second
retired.
one. But so it's almost now it's like just compiling stats. Next thing you
Mm.
know, it'll be assist leader, steal leader. I think he's playing. I know he wants to play with his son at least 1 year. Did you see that next year? I see Red is watching a Laker fan that he's gonna ask for like almost $40 million next year for the Lakers. I mean, to be honest with you, Laker land, you might need to move on from him to get that team for the future. Just my opinion. Not say, you know what I'm saying? Because now he's always a hired assassin in my book. Because he don't stay no more than 4 to 5 years on the squad, get what he leaves, and then they try to pick up the pieces. So if I was the Lakers, it's gonna be the swan song eventually. Move on
Yeah,
from
that
it,
ain't
get you
fun.
some pieces, do what you need to do, and make better. But a hell of an accomplishment, man. And I seen what they showed from the time all the players he done played against in his 21-year career to get these 40,000 points. Go ahead.
Well, Abe, let me ask you a question real quick. The big thing that I heard this week, they were talking about it on Undisputed and the Herd Report and all that. Um, we obviously, and Skeet just said it, we know he wants to play with his son, but some of the reports are saying his son's at USC, right? A lot
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
reports are just saying that he ain't ready. Bronny ain't ready. So, he's still got another year of eligibility left in college. I think the best move is for him to play that last year and not come out early, just just so his dad can get the I don't know. I don't want to say the joy or the feeling, whatever. I think he needs to wait until he's ready, because if he comes in too early, it could tarnish, kind of the legacy of what everybody's been hyping up.
Um, I feel like, man, it's a hell of a lot of pressure on that kid. Just to even live up to half of the hype of his dad. Just him being the junior of LeBron is tough, man, because you you have a bullseye on your back, everybody watching, and that part of it, the whole pressure from everybody may not be something that he's ready for right now. I think they were saying in the mock draft he wouldn't go first round. I'm not completely sure of what they were saying, but I do feel like what Skeet said. I do feel like LeBron gonna retire there unless his son come in the league and he wants to play with him. Um, but yeah, man, congrats on the stats, man. I saw that he has a triple double in thousands in points, rebounds, assists. I mean, 40,000 points, 20,000 assists, or however many, and 10,000 rebounds, something like that. So, just a testament, man, of him keeping his body together. He ain't really never had no significant injury. That's what you can say. So, uh, he in his real prime, he went to finals after finals after finals. Now, did he win them all? No, he did not. And that man behind Derek did. But that's a whole nother.
We're not for the started argument on this show.
Yeah, so
not gonna do it.
it's hell of accomplishments, man. I don't think anybody gonna ever catch that. You got to come in the league young as he was, and play in the playoffs, play in the finals. He's accumulated games to get them points, especially in his prime. Miami, Cleveland, and he did win a chip with the Lakers as well. But he will always be under the man in my book. The only thing I give him over Kobe is a little bit longevity, but I like to argue with him and Kobe versus the man. I know the man just in a place of his own, but I do feel like LeBron, the way it's set up now with load management, and he hasn't really been doing that too much when he hasn't played. It may have been a rest game or two, but a little nick that injury here and there, it's always been valid. And like D said, it ain't no ring coming out of that. I definitely feel like Denver and Boston are on the collision course of playing the NBA Finals. It is going to be now. What I'm interested in seeing is if LeBron will get in the play-in, them having to play a young team in the first round, OKC, Minnesota, somebody like that, and in those matchups, you would kind of favor LeBron them to win those, until it come to Phoenix or Denver, those are the teams I feel like Brian may have a little issue with. But all of this, man, and they got 2 Hall of Famers on their team for sure. And they're in the 10th spot right now. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't want to put it how D said it, but it is at this point. You just passed them. You just passed that. Because even in the record breaking game, you would have thought that the team would have rallied behind him doing that, and they beat Denver. But they ain't beat Denver since they lost to him last year. You see what I'm saying? So that's just something that's gonna be in their head going into the postseason against Denver. Now you can't turn it on like you may think you can against Denver. The other teams, yes, I agree. But he's definitely done a great job of just having longevity in the league. And like I said, playing out on finals and playoff series, that's just a testament of him taking care of himself, man. So salute to him on a great career, and who knows how much longer he'll play. But every shot he made now is where every shot he done made since last year's a record. So
Abe, I'm glad you said that about his health and keeping himself up. So I follow a page on Instagram where basically they look at athletes and they basically determine if they've done steroids or not. They look at a bunch of facts and stuff. They go back to like their high school pictures to within the first year or so in whatever professional league. And one of the ones they talked about, they brought up LeBron, and they went through the years and watched how his size, not only size, but definition has just gone up at all times. And what was found out, do you know how much money LeBron James spends on recovery? For those who don't know, your recovery, your sleep, your rest, that is where you build the most muscle. This man spent, yes, $2 million, by far more than anybody else in professional sports, just on his recovery. So, and that's how you stay. That's how you stay around for a long time. Brady used to do after every game, he'd take an ice bath, which no way in hell I'm getting in there. But that's one of the best things that you can do because it shocks your system.
Mm-hmm. Well, we in our high school, myself, Abe, we had an ice tube. This is back in high school in the 90s, and we seen people sitting in it or whatever. But to go to what we're saying about his recovery, I must say, outside of whatever his greatness, to me personally, he'll go down. Only NBA player to play for three different franchises and got three rings. That's just gonna be his legacy. Damn all that going to the finals all of them in the time. That's what he's going to get. It's sad to me, and I'm not a fan, God rest his soul. But to me, Kobe, that joke, well, this is the God. I'm sorry, this God. But Kobe and LeBron is the comparison for me. Kobe was the ultimate killer. LeBron is Magic Johnson. It's just with our Magic Johnson that can score.
Mm.
You understand? And the legacy that the Lakers hold, that I've gotten into arguments with Laker fans about this. Kobe is gonna always stand out him and Magic because they are 1 and 2 in Lakerland of homegrown Lakers, besides James Worthy. Everybody else that was on that Lakers franchise, what did they do? They traded for him or they picked him up in free agents. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Red must be a Laker fan.
he's a Laker fan. He's a Laker
Okay.
fan. But again, that's gonna be it. I don't see him getting no statue outside of Lincoln Land. I don't see that he'll get one up in Cleveland.
Yes,
But
sir. He should.
I don't see no statue outside of Lincoln Land. I really don't. But respect to King James. I'll say that.
You don't think they'll give him one in Cleveland?
I say he'll get one in Cleveland. Oh yes, and most definitely. Most definitely, but it won't be no multiple statues. Cleveland, Miami, and Lakerland. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the Lakers do that, that's on them. But to me, I don't see it. But the Lakers do stuff like that sometimes because they want to be the first to do it. Sometimes, but Cleveland, no, you know what I'm saying? And just reported, Iverson is getting one built up there in Philadelphia. So this just got reported today. So it's like, okay, hey, but still, great player, first ballot Hall of Famer. He was the chosen one. See, that's what I'm saying. You see, Laker fans know this. I don't. It's not gonna happen. Not to me. I don't think it happens. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Well, I think that's why everybody's. Yeah, I think that's another reason everybody's so high on him. Just trying to give him his flowers while they still can.
Agreed.
Nah, I mean, fellas, shit, we're out of topics. Y'all got anything else? We can cut this thing out early. We can bring up something else. What you got?
I want to give a congrats out to Caitlin Clark, man, on
Oh yeah, all-time scorer
for sure. She got the mama mentality with her, man. I just see that kill in her eyes when she playing the game. And I would go ahead, if she wins the ship this year, I would go ahead and give her the GOAT, even over Maya Moore, over to Ross, over any of them, because she broke that record and willed her way to a ship. I do feel like now she knocked South Carolina out last year. It's gonna be tough. I'm definitely interested more in watching the women's tournament more than the men's this year, for sure.
You think those two were on a collision course?
I
South
think
Carolina just did it for the second year straight, 29 straight
I
wins.
think they will. I think the women's NCAA tournament will make it as though they are. They'll probably put LSU in the top bracket over here with Iowa at the top bracket down there, and let them play for it. Being that LSU and South Carolina played during the season, So, but I could be wrong. I mean, but I feel like it'll be good for college basketball, not just men. I mean, not just women, but just college basketball. Period.
As a whole.
South Carolina, Iowa women's final.
And usually, like you said, the SEC tournament is going to determine a lot with South Carolina and LSU also, because more than likely, if South Carolina wins, they'll stay in the South, less travel. They'll send LSU out on the West Coast or something like that to get that matchup. So if they do meet, it'll be in that bracket there. I will probably stay up north if I get the bracket right. No further than if they win out, which more than likely they will. Colorado has a good team also, but you know what I'm saying, just depending on how they're gonna set it up. Because now it's a money thing. We know it's gonna be about money.
Stanford, you got Juju at USC, so
See,
it'll be some good. It'll be some
you're
good.
gonna see some good matchups. That's why I said when we talked about it last week, the women's NCAA basketball has more superstars and firepower than the men's. You know, also we start looking at March Madness, Kim. This is where I really my personal thing is where the NBA, the players that are in college, this is where they make their money in the
Mhm.
tournament. If you go back, John Morant, he flashed in the tournament way before then. He knows his name. Wallace Zerbiak flashed in the tournament and he ended up getting drafted in the first round. It's a lot of players that made it to the NBA off of March Madness play and having deep runs. Dwayne Wade, we knew of Dwayne Wade playing at Marquette, but when they got to the finals off of how he played, it made him a name like this kid can play. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of teams we'll see jockeying for position now that March Madness is about to kick in. But yes, um, I'm more concerned about the women's tournament than I am the men's. And that's, hard to say. That's what it's got to do.
For sure.
So yeah, that's about it. Hey, what else you got? You got so you say you did some training this weekend.
Yes.
I had we met someone, TJ's a friend. I'm trying to link them up. They got two sons that are getting ready to play football out in Collins Hill, I believe. Ski guy, this ski guy, I think. Um, and we trying to link that up. There go goddamn Big Tex. Big Tex, where you going?
Yeah, I also
Too
I
much
did
water.
also have a chance to do some training alongside former Jaguar Deion Grant. He
Mm,
also went to the University of Tennessee, so he was doing some DB work while I was working with the line. Um, got a chance to just pick his brain a little bit, and I'm definitely looking forward to having him on in the next couple of weeks. That'll be hard.
great, 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 great. I need you to check on Rock King too, if we can. I need to find out something from him if we
Uh,
can get him on.
Kev, I got one question for you.
How about them Cowboys?
No, it is not about them.
Oh,
Who do you feel is Tank's next big matchup? Who can give Tank a run for it?
he already fight Shakur.
Nah.
Shakur might be a little too light for him.
Shakur
Shakur
on
fast. He's got
Shakur
some
on Tank.
deadly hands, but I think Tank's just got too much weight on him.
I don't think he can take them punches.
That's what I'm saying. Damn,
Did you
that's a
see
hard one.
did you see that video of the Haney Tank sparring match?
I was just gonna bring that up. They there. Yeah.
When did
Yeah,
that take
that's a
place?
tough.
That I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I don't know when it happened.
I know it's been some back and forth there too. Some back and forth there. Leave that little fucker alone. Excuse me.
Haney don't want that.
Um, you know what? Throw Jake Paul in the ring. Let
No.
him go fight a real boxer. Let him
No,
go fight a real boxer. I
no.
do want to bring this up before
I
we get
don't I
off.
don't think Tank will take that fight unless it's
I don't think he would either because he
a
knows it'd just
huge
be a
amount
troll
of money.
fest.
It's gonna be a huge amount of money for him
It
to
would
take.
be. It would be a shit ton of money, but it would just be a troll fest. I
Agreed.
am going to bring this up before we get off. For my UFC fans out there, 299 is Saturday. Sean O'Malley will face Marlon Vera for his title. This will be the first title defense for Sean O'Malley, so it should be a good fight. And this card is stacked. Dustin Poirier going up against St. Dennis. That's going to be huge. Kevin Holland and Michael Page. That'll be freaking Kevin Holland. People don't give Kevin Holland enough credit. That's the man right there. Gilbert Burns going on against Jack Medellina. That'll be a decent fight. 16-2 against 22-6. So I think Gilbert Burns might have that because of his experience. And then Peter Young and Song Yadong taking it down. Match 5 and kicking off the pay-per-view will be my man in the heavyweights, Curtis Blades, going up against this Brazilian-ass name I can't pronounce.
A question about your UFC here, sir. Why is it that it seems like we get these mega cards and these whatever we get, the preliminary matches be more intense than the main event? I have seen some dudes in some main events where these guys in there fucking around and playing around because they got to go 5 rounds instead of 3. Is that it? Because these guys in these 3-round matches be going from the start to finish.
Mm-hmm. Well, you get into it, so you got to think of it like this: the prelims are your opportunity to show. You get on these cards by how hot you are right now.
Okay.
So you got to go in there and show that you can sell a pay-per-view. These prelim fights are always going to be more intense because they're never for a title. Okay. It's all about placements. It'll be number 9 going against number 7.
Okay.
Number 9 beats number 7. I go to number 7. That gets me. Oh, you just took down number 9. If you do it again, you beat number 6. You're gonna be on the pay-per-view.
Gotcha.
Also, with those main event fights, yes, it is a 5-round fight. I don't know if any of y'all have ever tried any type of MMA or boxing or anything like that, but it is nothing but cardio. I mean, hell, I can go. If I were to do, when I punch the bag at the gym, I do about 3 minutes. And in that 3 minutes, I am soaked. I am out of breath. I'm going to sit the hell down for a minute. It's tiring. So, yeah, the best one I can think of was that Rose Namajunas fight where it was just a snore fest. Because when they get in those situations, you got to think that Sean Strickland and Duplessis fight that was last month. Sean Strickland didn't want to burn himself out because he knew that if he gets into round 5 and can't breathe, Dracus Duplessis is going to mess him up. So they get a little hesitant because they don't want to train for all this time to go in there and get out of breath and get knocked out in the second round. So it's a lot more, when you get into the pay-per-view fights, I'd say it's a lot more strategical. I'm going to wait for my opportunity to get that shot in that I want. But if it doesn't come, I'll take you to the end and we'll see who can last in the championship rounds, which is 4 and 5. That's why you'll see the first 3 rounds of those 5 rounds are usually kind of boring. And then 4 and 5, they start to pick it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can see after 3 rounds, like, all right, either I'm in the lead or I'm behind.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So it's either, all right, I just need to survive to beat you on the scorecard, or damn, I need to knock you the hell out so I can win this fight.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Abe, give me a last take, brother.
Oh man, thanks everybody for tuning in. Another good week, another good show, fellas. Look forward to doing this every week. It's been definitely a pleasure since I came on. DKL and Skip used to be. So I just want to thank y'all again for welcoming me. I've been having a great time so far. Getting to know y'all, letting y'all come into the youth football world, and I hope y'all have enjoyed it as well. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The mouth of the South.
Again, same thing, man. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. There's a lot that goes into this. It's just like simple. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think it's easy. Shout outs to everyone, TJ Mister, uh, Big Tix, Kim, and family. And we enjoy doing what we do. A lot more content, as Abe said, we get more guests, people to come in, reaching out, helping some of the kids, and training and so forth, and doing all we can for the community. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna say this before we get out of here. I'm gonna keep it short. Mirror these two. Yes, thank you. Absolutely. We appreciate everybody who tunes in, especially the ones who are here faithfully every week. If you're new to the show, jump in the comments, hit us up. We've all got social media. You can find us. Tell your mama, your auntie, your cousin, everybody about the show. We're really trying to grow this thing. But I just wanted to let y'all know that we are working on some very special guests. I know we've been kind of slowed down on our guest here recently. But we're working on some things to bring y'all some better content, get you more inside the minds of some of these youth teams, some of these high school teams. And man, just get y'all excited. Just to get y'all excited about some of the things we got coming up. We'll keep y'all posted for events this year. One thing we want to try to do is be out in the field more, give our viewers a chance to link up with us, hang out. I know I see some names in here every week that have known D since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, and they don't know who the hell I am. So I would always, want to make an introduction so y'all can see, kind of what goes on behind the scenes of this thing. But yeah, man, we'll be back at 8 o'clock. Same time. Oh, what up, Lil D? That is your damn twin, son. But yeah, man, fellas, good show. Good show for everybody tuned in at home. Thank you very much. We will see you next week. Until then, keep that beer cold and the wings lemon pepper, baby. We out.